Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name's Liz and today I have some trash to treasures, so let's go ahead and get started. For this first one, I grabbed several different kind of jars and bottles. This one particularly I got for $1.49, which I thought was a really great deal. I'm going to remove that sticker, clean off the bottle with a baby wipe, and then I'm going to grab this chalk paint from Folk Art in Sage. I think this is such a beautiful color. And I wanted to try my hand at making a textured paint. So I'm going to add some baking soda to my paint. I did about even parts, I would say, and I made it into about a paste is what the consistency I would describe it as. And I have seen other people do this technique and it makes their bottles look so pretty. So I knew I had to try it. I wanted that kind of concrete ceramic kind of look to these pieces, so I just went through and painted the entire bottle in this mixture, and I did have to do about 2 coats on each piece that I'm going to be painting. Now I like my decor to kind of all match and go together, so you're going to see this color and correlating colors throughout this video because that's just what I like to do. Anytime I'm doing DIYs, I want everything to be cohesive and to match. And then I'm going to take this same color and with this really cute little picture, I am going to paint this one. It was $2.49 and I purchased all of these from Goodwill and I think these are so cute. I'm pretty sure these are like, you know, for tea or coffee. I'm not a tea or coffee drinker, so I am no expert on what these are used for. Cream milk is what my guess would be, but I am just going to give this 2 coats of paint as well. And then I picked up another one of these for $1.49 and I just did a little concoction of a couple different paint colors and just mixed them together until I got the color that I wanted, and then added some more baking soda, and then I'm just going to paint this. Now I wanted a couple taller bottles, which I don't know why I didn't look for these while I was for Goodwill, but I had a couple bottles at home, one that had just been sitting around for a long time, and then a couple glass pieces from the Dollar Tree that I already had on hand. So I'm going to paint those as well. So I just did this color, I did another cream color, and painted them all the same. If they were big and open like this, I did make sure to paint the inside a little bit so that you couldn't really tell that, you know, it wasn't the same color on the inside. And that's all I did for these. I think these turned out so cool. Another thing that you can do, which I did for my last piece, was kind of play around with the texture a little bit with my paintbrush. Instead of brushing it on, I did kind of a dabbing motion. There's so many different things that you could do, and I think these all turned out really awesome. So I'm definitely going to be trying this technique a lot more in the future on other things because I think that they are so fun and they are so pretty to display in your home. I'm obsessed. I love it, and I can see myself using this in a lot more DIYs.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind.
If you guys are new to my channel, hey, my name's Liz and I love everything DIY and crafting. If that's something that you enjoy, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you guys are notified for all of my future videos. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook, where you can stay up to date with all of my current and latest craft kits over on my website. For this next DIY, I picked up this sign from Goodwill. It was $3.49 and I just popped the little house portion from the front off. I wanted to make that different, do something a little different with it, so I just popped that off, and then I'm gonna go in with my Waverly chalk paint in white, and I gave the sign 2 good coats of white paint, making sure to get all the sides and the edges so everything was nice and covered in white. And then once that is all dry, I'm going to take my Waverly Antique Wax, and I just took a flat paintbrush and I went down in those grooves on the sign just to really emphasize those lines, make it look a little distressed in there. And then I also took that wax and went around all of the edges just to make it look a little bit more messy, add some definition and some detail to it. Now I'm going to take some scrapbook paper that I got from Hobby Lobby in this pack. I thought this pack was so cute with all the flowers. And I'm going to take this yellow pattern. I think this is absolutely adorable. And I'm just going to trace the house out on top of it. I'm going to take my scissors, cut that house out, and then with a glue stick, I'm just going to glue the paper down to the house. Now I grabbed this little family wood cutout from Hobby Lobby. It was $1.49 and I believe I got it on sale. And I'm going to take my Waverly Wax and Antique, and I just gave this entire thing a good coat using it as a stain. And then I'm going to take my white chalk paint again, and I just went around the edges like this. I wanted to have it pop out a little bit more so the words weren't just completely blended in. I like the little detail that it gave each of the words. So I just did that, and then I'm going to hot glue the house back onto the sign, and then I'm going to hot glue the words to the front of the house. And that's it for this DIY. I think that this is my favorite because I love those floral colors, and it just speaks to me. I'm loving it.
Keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know, really wanna know.
And here are today's DIY shoutouts from Sandra, Allison, and Stephanie. They sent me these pictures and I thought these all turned out so beautiful. Sandra made these absolutely adorable carrots from all sorts of different fabrics she had. I think she did such a beautiful job. And Allison sent me a whole bunch of DIYs that she had done, and this Live Simply sign was absolutely my favorite. She did a phenomenal job. And Stephanie took our Easter craft kits and displayed them on her tier tray, and this setup is absolutely gorgeous. I am dying over all of her Easter decor. So thank you ladies so much for sending me your DIYs. I absolutely love seeing the things that you guys are working on. So if you guys want your projects featured in one of my videos, make sure to either tag me on Facebook or Instagram, or you can also send me a message or an email. I'll have all my information in the description box below. I just love seeing what you guys are working on, and I want all of my supporters to see how talented you guys are. For this next DIY, I grabbed these two little planter pots, is what I'm going to call them. They were $1.49 each. I'm going to take some painter's tape and I wrapped them around the planters in not a perfect circle. I wanted them to kind of be a different shape. One side be a little bit taller, the other side shorter, if that makes any sense. You can see what I'm doing here, and I'm going to take that same folk art sage paint and I'm going to paint both of the bottom halves, and then for the second layer I did add a little bit of baking soda just to give it some more texture, and then I did some dabbing motions all over the bottom portion to help bring that texture out, and I think these turned out really cute. That's all you have to do. All I'm gonna do is put some Spanish moss in them, add some succulents and some rocks, and that's it. I think these turned out really cute, and now I have these adorable two-tone planters that I think are perfect for succulents. They look so adorable in there, and for $1.49 each, I mean, you can't beat that. These are super heavy pieces. They feel really high-end. They look high-end. Now I got them for $1.49.
If I never figure out where the road goes, even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my high.
This DIY is going to be super simple. I picked up these two vases. I'm not sure exactly what you would call them, but they were $5.49 each, and I loved the flowers and all the detail on these. I think it was absolutely gorgeous. Now, I do think that these had been spray painted a good couple times before. You could kind of see a couple different colors peeking through some chips here and there in the paint, but I'm just going to take my Coastal Sage spray paint from Rust-Oleum, and I'm going to give these a good couple of coats. I did have to try and get in all those nooks and crannies because of all the detail that was on there, so it was a little difficult to get everything covered up, but I am going to take some sandpaper and I'm going to run that sandpaper all over the top portion of these vases and make all the little leaves and flowers stand out. I think it adds such a beautiful detail. And now I have these gorgeous vases that match my home decor colors, and I think these turn out so cute. And I'm going to display them on top of my cupboards in my kitchen.
You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah.
For this next DIY, I grabbed a wooden tray from Goodwill. This was $3.49, and I thought this was so fun because for $3.49, I had a completely wooden unfinished tray that I could do whatever I wanted with. So I just gave it a little bit of sanding because there were some spots that needed it. I'm going to take my Waverly chalk paint and plaster, and I'm going to paint the entire tray in this color. Now I'm going to grab this stencil that I picked up in a pack from Joann's, and I'm just going to line that all up. I'll cover the parts that I don't want in this particular color. I'll cover them up with some painter's tape as well. I probably wouldn't recommend that because the paper kind of ended up ripping and giving me some issues. So if you can find a different way to just be really careful when you're stenciling and not getting it on different pieces that you want different colors, do that. Maybe I should have used some washi tape because apparently painter's tape was not a good idea. So I'm just going to take my Waverly chalk paint and mineral, and with a paintbrush I'm just going to do up and down dabbing motions, and I'm going to begin painting in my stencil. And then for the word beautiful, I'm going to take that folk art chalk paint in sage, and I stenciled that in with that color, and that's all you're gonna have to do for this. It's super easy, and I think it turned out absolutely beautiful. Once all the paint was dry and I took the stencil off, I did use some Mod Podge to seal the bottom. That way if I wanted to put anything on it, it just is going to protect it from the paint scratching off. And that's it for this DIY. You can use it as a tray or use it as a pretty display piece like I'm showing here.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights.
DIY, I grabbed this little lantern that I got for $3.49. I began by taking the glass out of all of it. I just wanted it to be open and not to have the glass in it. So I took it outside. I gave it a good couple coats of some white spray paint. And then all I'm going to do after that is dry is add a candle that I got from IKEA. I'm going to take some of my Sola wood flowers on the bottom, just kind of putting them all around the candle in different colors. And I just played around with the arrangement and the colors and had a whole little circle going down around the candle. And then I'm going to take some of this ribbon that I got from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to use a little bit of hot glue and hot glue this around the top portion of that lantern. I wanted to hide those little pieces that hold the glass in from the outside, so that's why I just hot glued it a little bit lower than the top. But I think this turned out super adorable, and for $3.49 I have this cute little lantern to display my Sola flowers and candle, and I just think it turned out absolutely adorable.
Wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down.
And that's it for today's video. Let me know what your favorite project was in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe before you guys leave. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!
The sky is falling down.